Second.
Useless. The sound is coming to useless towards you. Any body of the man. Something like that. Jayo Radhe Jayo Krishna Jayo Vrindavan Of all the devotees devotees, as Govardhan Hill is a place for my friends. This hill supplies Krishna and Balaram along their calves, cows, and covered friends with all kinds of necessities. Water for drinking, very soft grass, caves, fruits, flowers, and vegetables. In this way, the hill offers respect to the Lord. Being touched by the lotus feet of Krishna and Balaram, Govardhan Hill appears very. So this translation is quoted from Śrīla Prabhupāda Chaitanya Charitamrita. Shri Krishna Chaitanya explained the opulence of Govardhan Hill as follows. Pani refers to the fragrant cool water from the Govardhan waterfalls, which Krishna and Balaram drink and used to wash their feet and voice is not clear.
Is the voice clear now? Is the voice clear?
Yes, Prabhuji. Now it's clear, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So the cows and covered friend with all kinds of necessities, water for drinking, very soft grass, caves, fruits, flowers, and vegetables. In this way, the hill offers respect to the Lord. Being touched by the lotus feet of Krishna and Balaram, Govardhan Hill appears very jubilant. Purport. This translated quoted from Śrīla Prabhupāda Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sri Vishwanath Thakur explained the opulence of Govardhan Hill as follows. Paniya refers to the fragrant, cool water from the Govardhan waterfalls, which Krishna and Balaram drink and use to wash their feet and mouth. Govardhan also offers other beverages such as honey, mango juice, and peely juice. Suyavasa indicates Durga grass used to make the previous offering of Arghya. Govardhan also has grass that is fragrant, soft, and conducive to the strong growth of cows and increased production of milk. Thus, this grass is used for feeding the transcendental herds. Kandara refers to the caves where Krishna, Balaram, and their friends play, sit, and lie down. These caves give pleasure when the weather is too hot or too cold, or when it is raining. Govardhan also features soft rooms for eating, jewels for ornamenting the body, flat places for sitting, and lamps and mirrors in the form of smooth stones, glistening water, and the natural substances there. ॐ ज्ञानतिमदन्तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितामेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं वदन्ति च वदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपां सारजातां सहगण रघुनाथामितं तं तदेव Savadesam Savadutam Parinachaitam Krishna Chaitanya Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shivishakam Cha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prajadine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasha Deshatarine Namo Mahamadanyaya Krishna Bhimavadayate Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurite Nama He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Sapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanutate Devi Pranamami Haripide Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyacha Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavane Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivadari Gauravatarida Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So today we are discussing the Brahma consciousness of Vrindavan. So before preparing our consciousness, we should know what is Vrindavan Dham, what is Govardhan. So, and also today's appearance of Shri Radhakund and Bhaulashmi. So first, this verse, what we took, it comes from Venu Geet, where gopis are glorifying the beauty of Krishna's flute. What happens when Krishna plays flute? When Krishna plays flute, whether it is animate object or inanimate, everything starts vibrating. Moving things becomes non-moving. Non-moving thing becomes moving. So all the cows, all the trees, oh, and all the animals, they become like paintings. They become stunned. And sap starts flowing from trees. River Yamuna stops. Mountain starts melting. And the sound of the flute of Krishna reaches even to the denizens who are hovering in the sky there. So when Krishna plays his flute, everything starts mesmerizing in this world there. And there's a beauty of Krishna's flute. And same is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Whoever hears the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, something starts happening with them. But after some time, we stop hearing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We just chant and we don't hear. And that's why we don't see the effect. If somebody hears Hare Krishna Mahamantra while chanting, he will immediately see the impact. It's not possible that you hear the mantra and you don't see the impact. Because we become mechanical in our chanting, we don't see the effect. If one can hear the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it's like hearing the flute of Krishna. And whole world gets transformed by the Sankirtana of Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Govardhan, see when Srimati Radharani had to come, Krishna told Radharani, now will descend to earth. Radharani said, I will only come if three things are there with me. Vrindavan, Yamuna and Govardhan. So before Krishna came, Krishna sent all those three things so that they can have wonderful pastimes. So actually, Govardhan originally is in Golok, Vrindavan. And from Golok, Vrindavan, Govardhan appears on planet Earth there. And is the son of the Himalaya. There, son of Drona, son of the Dronachal. And once a great rishi asked, can I take your son? And out of fear, a Pulasya rishi he gave, okay, ले जाओ मेरे बेटे को. And Govardhan was crying. But then there was a shart. If you keep him, he's not able to get up. So while Pulasya was going, he got urged to pass water at the same place of Vrindavan. And he placed Govardhan over there. After that, Govardhan did not move. And that time, Govardhan was very huge. But the Rishi cursed him that will become every day diminished by the size of the sesame side of a till. Sesame. So every day, that much. And then by the time Krishna's pastimes happened, it became the right size required for Krishna's pastime there. So during the Krishna's pastime, Govardhan was much bigger than what we see today. There. And Govardhan is Haridas Varya and at the same time is non-different from Krishna. So there are three Haridasas, Uddhava, Yudhishthir and Govardhan. So out of all the three Haridas, Govardhan is the best because he gives pleasure to the devotees. And our acharyas like Raghunath Das Goswami, they are praying to get a place at the shade of Govardhan Hill to worship Radha and Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. So to go in the Kartik month and stay at the lotus feet of Govardhan Hill, that is unimaginable fortune we have got. Those who are going for the Kartik Yatra, so we have got an amazing fortune to stay at the feet of Govardhan and chant the holy names, hear Krishna Katha there. And that is something a great thing. So one should utilize it very there. In fact, it is said Krishna doesn't give us prema bhakti. But even to an insincere person who goes and performs bhakti in the month of Kartik in Vrindavan, Krishna gives prema bhakti. And when you say Vrindavan, Vrindavan is still Vrindavan to Nandagaon. Nandagaon is also Vrindavan, Barsana is also Vrindavan, Govardhan is also Vrindavan. So there are 12 forests. So Vrindavan is full that forest. So even Vrindavan includes all that. Gokul, Krishna's birthplace, comes in Mahavan. You know the point. Then there is Bahulavan. We'll also discuss the story of Bahulashmi, Bahulavan there. So this is a benefit of performing bhakti in Vrindavan in the month of Kartik, that though prema bhakti for Krishna is very difficult, but one who sincerely prays for prema bhakti in the month of Kartik in Vrindavan, he gets that prema bhakti for Krishna. And that's the beauty of the uh, going to Vrindavan. Then, of course, wherever we go with devotee association is always auspicious because you're hearing Krishna Katha there. And any devotion service performed in this month of Vrindavan, month of Kartik, is very, very special. Even in being Spain, because Sri Prabhupada said, my centers are not different from Vrindavan. Wherever ISKCON center is there, Radha, one devotee was not able to go for yatra because he has a pujari seva. They said, no problem, Prabhu. यहीं पे पूरी है क्योंकि जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा is there. यहाँ पे वृंदावन है क्योंकि राधा कृष्ण are there. And यहीं पे मायापुर है क्योंकि गौरनिता is there. The devotee who is serving the deities, for him the dham manifests over here. So, so doing arti for Radha Krishna, God Nitai, and coming daily to ISKCON center to worship the Lord is also being in Vrindavan there. So you should understand a great fortune of this in our life. And Govardhan is Haridas warrior because all the cowherd boys, the cows, and all the Vrajavasis are very dear to Krishna. And all of them depend on Govardhan. Whole of village of Vrindavan depend upon their cows. And cows depend upon the grass from Govardhan. And therefore, and they have beautiful sporting places for Krishna and the Gopas to play, and many, many beautiful caves to have beautiful pastimes, the springs. And Govardhan Rock is hot in winter and cool in summer. Cool in summer and hot in winter. Generally, we always put mat right on the floor because it's cold. Right? The tile over tiles, we don't like to walk because it's always cold. In summers it look good, but Govardhan in summers also it becomes cool, and winters it becomes warm. And the water is sweet nectar from Govardhan. So it supplies Krishna, the cowherd boys, with all the needs they have. With all the needs they have, it supplies Krishna, the cowherd boys. And that's the beauty of the Govardhan hill. There. Now, today is Bahula Ashmi. So what happened in Bahulavan, there was a cow named Bahula. And a tiger was attacking her. And she plead to the tiger, my calf is hungry. I will go and feed the calf. Then I will become your shikar. And somehow tiger felt pity and he left Bahula. And that Bahula cow went, fed her calf. And while she was returning, she told her plight to a Brahmana and a calf. They said, no, 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 you don't die. We will die on your behalf. So all the three came to the tiger. Eat me first, eat me first. There. And that time, seeing Krishna seeing their plight, Krishna came and told the tiger, you don't eat this cow, your name will be famous. And tiger agreed not to eat the cow. There. And that's why this was celebrated as Bahula Ashmi. And that name became Bahula. And also there's the appearance of Shri. What is hold chat? No. Okay. So there's another verse come. So what had happened? Aristasur had come in the village of Vrindavan. And this Aristasur is a very powerful demon. When he came in Vrindavan, everybody had a miscarriage. And clouds, he was so big, this Aristasur was so big that clouds hovered. It was touching clouds only. was such big there. And when and these humps were like people thinking it's a mountain. And even they have to see Arita, so they have to see like this. There. It was so huge. And they were struck with terror. And when he walked, all the pregnant cows and pregnant ladies, they lost their fetus in miscarriages. इतना हल्कम हो रहा था उसके walking से. That was Aristasura. And everybody came, Krishna, Krishna, please. Krishna said, don't be afraid. And then Krishna started to call out ill names this Aristasura. And Krishna was very casually first slaps his arms and casually keeps his hand. Said, I don't care for you. That bull became angry. He came surcharged with so much of power. Krishna took his legs. So first, Krishna Arista put and he charged against Krishna. And Arista put like a thunderbolt coming from the hand. And Krishna seized him by the horns and threw him back 18 steps. Such a big there. Then again he came. Krishna caught his leg and जैसे कपड़े को धोते हैं ना वैसे धो डाला. जैसे कपड़े को ऐसे टॉवल को धो के ऐसे उसका जूस निकालते हैं, अरिस्टासुर को ऐसे पकड़ के ट्विस्ट कर दिया पूरा. और फिर उसको उसका हैंड निकाल के इतना मारा कि वो मर गया. Passing all stool and urine and blood from his mouth there. So that's how Aristasur was killed there. And all demigods were very happy. Having thus killed the bull demon Arista, he was a festival for the gopis' eyes, entered the cowherd village with Balram. So Vishnu Chakti Thakur writes, what happened? Gopi says, oh sinful killer of a bull, don't touch me today. And Krishna says, oh foolish woman, this is not a bull, but a terrible demon. And that may be true that he belongs to species of cat, but Vritasur, other demon, Indra also got sin. So you will also get sin, you killed a woman. Okay, what should I do? Now bring all the holy waters of the world, and take bath. Now Krishna has to go and take bath in all the holy waters. Krishna, I don't want to leave Vrindavan. But Krishna did like this. All holy waters came. And in order to give them faith, it happened, all the holy personified rivers and the oceans, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Sagar, they all came. So Lord, we are present in your service. Please, what is the order? And Gopis saw all these holy rivers and everything. And they poured water and filled it. And then Krishna said, see, I took a bath there, but what you will do? You people are impious. You didn't took bath. So he said, okay, we will create our own kunda. So where Aristasur's hoofs was present, so they thought to, they dug that place with a Kangan, and from there they want to bring 1,000 pots from Mansi Ganga and filled that place. And they were trying hard, it could not do. So Krishna felt pity, told to all the rivers, now you go and engage in service of Radharani. So all the holy rivers went, oh Radharani, nobody knows your glories, even Brahma, Shiva, and things there. Please engage us in your service. And then Radharani became pleased and gave a chance to, and that became Radhakund. So what Krishna made became Shyamakund, and what Radharani and Gopis made became Radhakund. And Krishna said, I will every day bathe in this kund, and this kund is as dear to me as you. And ever the holiest place in Govardhan is Shri Radhakund there. And Radharani gave blessing that anybody who serves this kund will get my mercy there. So this all places in Vrindavan, see in whole of universe. One time, Nand Baba, the Magh Mela came. Like this time, so many people came for Kumbh Mela, Triveni Sangam, right there. And it was very good. It's very purifying experience because when you take bath in Triveni, you get purified. So Nand Baba also thought that we will also go from Vrindavan to Prayagraj, and it's not very far also. Krishna thought, Arey Nand Baba, why are you going to Prayagraj, leaving Vrindavan? So one day Nanda Baba was going to there is a Sarovar, Pavan Sarovar behind Nanda Bhavan there. He was going to take bath and he saw one personality is coming. He said, who are you? Say, I'm Prayagraj. बोले तुम यहाँ क्या कर रहे हो? बोले सब लोग मेरे में गंदगी छोड़ के जाते हैं, उसको साफ करने के लिए मैं पावन सरोवर में नहाने आता हूँ. तो नाम से अरे प्रयागराज खुद यहाँ बात लेने आता है, फिर मुझे क्या जाने की जरूरत है? And he dropped the plan to go to Prayagraj. So it was all Krishna's arrangement. show that to Nanda Baba. All the holy Tirthas come to Vrindavan to get purified. But people don't know this. It is a very secret. The people will go and dump their sin in different Tirthas, and in Tirthas, in order to get purified, they come to Vrindavan. There. So therefore, the holiest place in the whole creation is Shri Vrindavan Dham. The holiest place, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki there. And in Vrindavan, the most holiest place of all the places is Govardhan. Because there's so many pastimes of Krishna and the gopis happen there. In fact, there's also a place in Govardhan there, the place Shankachud, where Shankachud was killed. Only when we kill the Shankachud mentality in our heart, we can understand Radha Krishna pastime. So the Shankachud was a friend of Kuvera. He was very wealthy there, and he had a jewel on his face, due to which puffed up. So he saw Krishna and Balram enjoying with the gopis. He thought, this some cowherd boys, what they're playing. This whole beautiful woman, I should enjoy them. So he went and started taking all these gopis with him. And Krishna Balram said, first they were laughing, "Arey, kuch to maza ho raha hai." But then they understood this is a serious matter. And then Krishna Balram went and Krishna killed Shankachud with one blow and took his jewel and gave it to Balramji, and Balramji gave it to Srimati Radharani. So that shows if we have Shankachud type mentality, we cannot enter Krishna's pastime. There. Only when this Shankachud mentality is killed, then we can understand the pastimes of Vrindavan. And this is a Vishaya Chadiya Kabe Shuddha Bhavan. Tabe hame herobo Shri Vrindavan. Because now whenever we see any girl or boy, what comes in our mind? Enjoyment. There. See, when we have red specs, we see everything red. So because we have a red chashma of lust, so whenever we see these pure pastimes of Radha and Krishna, so something negative comes in our mind. And that's why we can't understand this higher esoteric pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Only when that red chashma is removed and we understand the divinity of Radha Krishna pastime, that time we can understand Shri Vrindavan Dham there. And I remember it was 2006 when we had gone, 2006 February, we had gone to that yatra. So that spot where Shankachuna was killed is little inside, 200, 300 meters inside the, go on the Govardhan Parikrama. And that time when this pastime was narrated, I was thinking, my God, this mentality of enjoying is blocking us to go to that ocean of realm of spiritual bliss. So therefore one should give up that enjoying mentality. The thought came to me in 2006 while I was going. So one has to go to Vrindavan, therefore, in a very renounced temperament of mind. Then only one can understand Vrindavan. You can't understand Vrindavan if you go in enjoying mood. Oh, हम लस्सी खाएंगे, लस्सी पिएंगे, ये करेंगे. लस्सी मिलेगा, सब कुछ मिलेगा, पर कृष्ण नहीं मिलेंगे. पॉइंट एवरीडे यात्रा में नया स्वीट रहेगा, वो भी मिलेगा, सब कुछ मिलेगा, लेकिन कृष्ण नहीं मिलेंगे. अगर हाँ, मथुरा वृंदावन one thing only. हाँ, but this whole is Mathura only, and one part of Mathura is Vrindavan. So there are 12 forests. So Vrindavan is one of the forests of Brajbhumi there. So अगर if we want Krishna, अगर हमें चाहिए कि हमें वृंदावन जाने से भगवान कृष्ण मिले, तो ये विषय छाड़िए कबे शुद्ध होए मन, कबे हम हरोबशी वृंदावन. ये एंजॉइंग मेंटालिटी छोड़ के जब हम जाएंगे करके कि केवल हम यहाँ पर एंजॉय करने के लिए नहीं आए, सिर्फ सेवा करने के लिए आए हैं. और एंजॉइंग के भी कई सारे लेवल होते हैं. वन इज लेवल ऑफ सेंचुअल लेवल, टंग, objects of tongue, objects of eyes, or Subtle level होते हैं, you want superiority over others, find fault finding. So when we have that attitude over others, fault finding with other people, or trying to enjoy the save, we cannot reach the spiritual level. Only at that spiritual level can Vrindavan Dham be realized. We get because of trying to enjoy at different levels, whether it's a false ego, whether the level of mind, or the level of the body, because of enjoying at that level, what happens? We cannot get a spiritual experience of Vrindavan. The Vrindavan Dham can be experienced only on a spiritual platform. And to degree we are in a bodily platform, mental platform, it's difficult to experience Vrindavan. Yeah. And what way one can get experience of Vrindavan? By absorbing hearing from the spiritual master. When we hear the katha with absorption. And therefore whole our purpose should be that we should be very attentive in the katha. Actually, what way we can see, though we go to Vrindavan, we can access Vrindavan only to hearing from devotees. When you hear that katha with absorption in Vrindavan, it has a more special thing because Krishna is present in the form of bhav. And when you hear the katha with great absorption, that bhava for Krishna gets awakened. So, how to take benefit of the yatra is being absorbed in katha. Yeah. And Vaishnav Seva is the heart of Vrindavan. Like Subudhi Rai was, Nawab Hussain Shah was a knocker in his house in childhood. So he has little bit bet him. In the childhood, one scar was created in his back. And Nawab Hussain Shah's Begum saw and said, who created this scar? He said, my master Subudhi Rai, hey, he should be killed. Now, sir, how can I kill? He did so much favor also to me. A little bit, no, something you should do. They thought, okay, ठीक है, मैं उसकी जात खराब कर देता हूँ. Those days, if some Muslim put a water over a Hindu, then he is no longer a Hindu. From his lota, he put chhad do करके, just like हम आचमन छिड़कते हैं करके, जैसे रोज वाटर हम छिड़कते हैं आचमन आर्गन वाटर. So like that, if some Muslim did argan water छिड़क दिया from his pot, now this person no longer Hindu. That was so much foolishness in the Brahmana caste. This cover created by Brahmana. So the Nawab Hussain Shah went in front of everybody, put this lota jal upon Subudhi Rai. And now Subudhi Rai going to different Brahmanas, what should I do? One Brahmana suggested, you, you take molten ghee. You take molten ghee drink, but I will die. Yes, you die, and the next I will take birth as a Brahmin. Then he went to Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is all fully chant the holy name of the Lord, go to Vrindavan, and when my devotees come, you serve them. Subudhi Rai went to Vrindavan. Now, going to Vrindavan that time was not that he booked a lodge there. You live in the forest of Vrindavan. They were only, see, many people say, okay, we want to go and stay in Vrindavan. ठीक है, go and stay in the Vrindavan 400 years before wala, where there are only tigers and only forest of Vrindavan. In that Vrindavan, you go and stay. Then it's okay. But you want to stay in Vrindavan where 1 BHK flat is there, 2 BHK flat is there, go to toilet in the room only, there. That Vrindavan is more, you go with a materialistic mindset. कि ठीक है सब कुछ कंफर्ट है, सब खाना पीना मिलेगा, टाइम पे वो बैठ जाओ. नहीं, अगर वृंदावन जाना है then go like the Goswamis who are completely dependent upon things. They were nothing. They were living in the forest, the tigers and things there. So if somebody wants to go settle in Vrindavan, go and settle in that Vrindavan. Because that Vrindavan only liberated soul can stay. Okay. Materialistic people cannot stay. And you can't, and there's nothing to create offenses also there. So, so Subudhi Rai, when the Goswamis came, he would serve. Subudhi Rai will serve the Goswamis there. And because of that service, he attained perfection of life. The mode of Vrindavan is service to Vaishnava. The Jiva Goswami was a very great scholar. When he came to Rupa Goswami, his own nephew, Rupa Goswami did not engage or go and give classes. He said, chalo, menial seva karo thoda. Karke. And he would make inks for Rupa Goswami, make paper for Rupa Goswami to write, and do all the menial services, Shri Jiva Goswami. So that's the mood in Vrindavan service to Hari Guru and Vaishnavas. That way only we can understand Shri Vrindavan Dham. There. So there are 10 offenses against the Dham, which we should know. What are the offenses against the Dham? to show contempt or disrespect for the Guru who reveals Vrindavan Dham. To think that Vrindavan Dham is temporary. To commit violence towards any of the Vrajvasis or pilgrims, or to think they are ordinary people. Perform mundane activities while living in Vrindavan Dham. Earn money by and making a business of deity worship and Harinam. If you do a business in Vrindavan, it's offense against Dham. To think Vrindavan Dham belongs to a mundane country or province like Uttar Pradesh. अरे ये क्या है, सब यूपी में सब ऐसे ही होता है, सब क्लीननेस मेंटेन नहीं होती है. If you think like that, it's a part of UP. Yeah. But if you think that is part of UP's administration ऐसा है, ये ऐसा है, ऐसा है, it's an offense. To equate Vrindavan Dham with a holy place of demigods. अमरनाथ जैसा है, या ऐसा है, this is an offense. To attempt to measure the area of Raj. To commit sinful acts while residing in Vrindavan Dham. So very careful one has to go in Vrindavan. To consider Vrindavan and Navdeep to be different. To blaspheme the Shastras that glorify Vrindavan Dham. And to be faithless and think that the glories of Vrindavan Dham are imaginary. So these are the 10 offenses listed in Archana Paddhati, an authorized manual for deity worship. So one should, this says one avoid the offenses to the holy name. One should also avoid offenses to the Dham. There. So as I was discussing on Saturday evening also, see Vrindavan Dham is like that. You're going to Krishna's home. You don't know, but Krishna knows it. Suppose you go to a very super trendy house of a rich person, where very scientific thing, where you don't see what is happening, but a person can see what you have come, who all have come, and that person happening. This is Vrindavan. Where Krishna's Leela is still going in the aprakatya form. The Leelas are going on, but it's not manifested to eyes. See, when Krishna was there 5,000 years, it was a prakatya Leela that everybody can see Krishna is doing. Now it's a aprakatya Leela going on, unmanifested form. So Krishna is still doing his pastimes. Krishna all doing this. And that's what they say, places like Nidhivan, Seva Kund, there in night, all these pastimes happen. And that's why nobody is allowed to go to those places there. So Krishna's pastimes are happening in a aprakata way there. And in fact, there is a thing where in the Ashtakaliya Leela, what time Krishna will be doing what Leela where. So okay, this time Krishna comes here, this time Krishna comes here. So there's a whole thing. Krishna is doing many of his pastimes in Raj Bhumi even today, but in a aprakata state. So that means Krishna and the gopis, they can see us, but we can't see them. So when Krishna is directly seeing, see Krishna is always seeing as Paramatma, but here Krishna is directly seeing you and you are in his abode. So how careful you should be in dealing over there. So Krishna is watching, this person is ready to go to Golok Vrindavan or not. Abhi masti ke bhav mein. So in one sense, you reach Golok Vrindavan without knowledge that you reach Vrindavan. There. So going to Vrindavan Dham. There. So you should behave in Vrindavan as if you will be serious in a spiritual world. Like that, we should be in the Dham. So how we want to be in a spiritual world? Okay, first, what is the mood of spiritual world? Mood of spiritual world is glorification of the Lord, not our sense gratification. Right? People want only glorifying Radha and Krishna, not their sense. That should be mood. And just try to keep the body and soul together. Take enough rest so that you are active in the next day. Take that much prasad so that you have strength to walk in the dham there. So that is the mood in the dham. And everybody is absorbed in glorifying the Lord. So we should be absorbed. Every moment should be absorbed. And everybody is a moment consciousness of servant. Because there will be 10,000 devotees. So there are 10,000 devotees, right? You can't. So there will be a lot of lines for prasada, lines for thing. So we think, array, what is this happening? So then we come in the mood of a master. But if we are grateful for everything, what comes there? So that is very important consciousness. At least we are getting a place in Vrindavan. Radharani has allowed. So whatever austerities, difficulty come, we take it in a grateful mode. And the yatra doesn't begin after you going there. Yatra begins the moment you takes off from Bangalore, whether by flight, whether by train. That's where the consciousness starts with there. So this is so beautiful to go to Vrindavan Dham there. So uske liye, because with right consciousness only we'll able to reach Vrindavan Dham there. So and and the free time, one should always constantly remembering the holy name. The best thing is to take shelter of the holy name in the Dham. So every moment we should be either doing the kirtan or chanting kirtan, and one can take rest in the buses if long journeys are there, so that the time is utilized. But doing kirtan, chanting the holy name in the free time, and doing some Vaishnava seva or whatever allotted services will come. Like already some services are allotted, morning sabji cutting. Yeah, so that would really help us to become wonderful devotees there. And so one, and especially one can read about six Goswamis. Six Goswamis of Vrindavan. See, how did Goswamis live? The Goswamis did not have any facility. They didn't have hot water also. They just take bath in Yamuna water. They sleep under a tree. And one time, uh, Rup Goswami, Sanatana Goswami birthday was there. Appearance day was there. Rup Goswami wanted to give a feast. So he was just thinking only if, some milk comes, some sweet come, rice come, happen. So one girl actually brought. And Rup Goswami said, I don't have time, you only cook. So she only cooked the sweet rice there. For there. And she cooked the sweet rice. And then now they offer to the Lord. And now both Sanatana, he offered to Sanatana Goswami. Then Sanatana Goswami, hey, my God, what is the sweet rice? Who made it? Some maybe, it is not of this world. It seems Srimati Radharani only has prepared. So Goswami said, no, एक गांव की लड़की आई है, he has made it. She has made it. And then Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami said, hey, find out. And when Rupa Goswami went to that village, that girl was married 1 year before only and gone to another village. So then they came to know that she was Srimati Radharani. And they're feeling, oh, we took service from the Lord. We are supposed to give service to the Lord. We took service from Srimati Radharani. Okay. So he was very much cautious, Sanatana Goswami there. And they were tasting and they were feeling, oh, we took service from the Lord, and they're tasting the sweet rice there. So and Rupa Goswami, would do madhu curry and get 3-4 rotis, and for 3-4 days he will eat the same with Yamuna water. So who has time to go and do madhu curry and do? I have so many services. So they have to write a lot of scriptures. That's our instruction given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So such a renounced life they live. Sanatana Goswami will eat simple bati there. So when we meditate how the Goswamis live, then we can give up our. We may not able to imitate them. And Raghunath Das Goswami, he won't sleep only in the night. Hardly will sleep 1 or 2 hours in a night. And that too, he will forget to eat for 1-2 days. Once in 3 days, he will take little buttermilk. So that's how this Goswami will stay in Vrindavan. And showed what is the mood. So we can't imitate them, but if we meditate upon that, our enjoying mentality will go. And we will do whatever is unneeded. So read about the Goswamis before going to Vrindavan, because that creates a right mood to go to Vrindavan. At what way they live their life, what sacrifices this Goswami is did, all things this Goswami did. That's what helps us to become Krishna conscious. There. And the Gopal Bhatt Goswami, when he came and Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Devraj Goswami went to ask blessings from him. And he said, I will give you blessings only if you don't write my name in Chaitanya Charitamrita. The people are And he knew that future so many devotees will come and read Charitamrita there. But and that's why in Chaitanya Charitamrita you don't find much about Gopal Bhatt Goswami there. So because he had given blessings to Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami on that please don't write my name. It was free from all hankerings for name, fame, people value me, people give credit. So that is actually the mood in which one can realize Sri Vrindavan Dham. There. Otherwise, it's very exalted place there. And also, even the monkeys in Vrindavan, the cows in Vrindavan, the dogs in Vrindavan, they are also special. They are taken birth in Dham. So see them also with respect. The monkeys are like Varisht Vaishnavas. Just like we respect Varisht Vaishnavas, so monkeys, yeah. So anybody who commit any sinful activity in Vrindavan, they become animals. But they get purified in that life and they went go back to that. There. Prabhupada writes there. They also have been devotees. Who were the monkeys, who were the thing, even the pigs, everybody. So only when we see everything with respect, then actually we can pursue Shri Vrindavan Dham. And it is something, it's not just a yatra or picnic, it's a real test to be in a spiritual world for 7 days. So we can try to be sincere and very focused, dham. And whatever we pray in Vrindavan, be very careful. Be very careful. Because your prayers get answered. And when prayers get answered, you may not be capable to handle it. Right? So be very careful to pray. Only pray for Lord, give me pure devotion. Give me pure devotional service. And how can I please you? How can I serve you? Give me more taste for holy name, Shravan and Kirtan and service to Vaishnava. It's the best thing to pray. And then Vrindavan. Because and it's a kalpa vriksha, kalpa vriksha is there, kalpataru. So whatever desire you immediately get fulfilled also in Vrindavan. So be careful not to desire anything material in Vrindavan. Dham. Yes. Any question? There is one book, the transcription lectures of Maharaj, Six Goswamis of Vrindavan. It's a very nice book to read. That I don't know. If somebody has, you can take that and read. Pranam. Mayapur and Vrindavan is non-different. See, you're eager to go to Mayapur, that's fine. But you should consider Mayapur and Vrindavan non-different. And we may go Mayapur more because there are no offenses there, right? Thinking. Yeah. And by mercy of going to Navadip, Chandra, to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you start developing appreciation for Vrindavan Dham. Yes. One should not go alone at least. Go with senior devotees. That's all. You can't see Vrindavan like a tourist. We should not go to Vrindavan like a tourist. Tourist होके नहीं देखेगा. See, the qualification to go to Vrindavan does not come by our qualification. Like one person heard from Germany that Vrindavan is so nice. He caught a flight. came to Delhi, got a taxi. As soon as he reached the outskirts of Vrindavan, he saw pigs and the कीचड़. Said, ये कहाँ आ गए? वापिस लौट गया. So he was not allowed entry in Vrindavan. He got a taxi back, got to Delhi, again got a back flight and go to Germany. So you can't enter Vrindavan because of a ticket. It requires the mercy of the Lord and the devotees. Yeah, why Shankchuna? Because of enjoying mentality, no? So we also can have enjoying mentality. While hearing Radha Krishna pastime, we are thinking of our enjoyment. So that is Shankchura mentality only, no? See, it's not that you see Krishna and get purified. You have to get little beating also by Krishna. Like many demons are Krishna, but when they're beaten by Krishna, then they got little purified. Duryodhana also saw Krishna. So you see Krishna without devotion, then you need beating from Krishna to get purified. Yes. Any other question? Actually, by tourist, okay, we can't see Vrindavan. Only with devotion, service attitude, and absorption in Katha, we can actually experience Vrindavan. This point. So we are not going there to see many places. We are going there to offer our service to Vrindavan and praying to Krishna. And that was Prabhupada's qualification. Prabhupada said also. One time, Bhaktivinoda Sarjapur Thakur was giving a lecture. And the option was there, if devotees want, they can go to Sheshashai Vishnu. It's far off. So all devotees, most of the devotees prefer to go to Sheshashai Vishnu. But Prabhupada said, what will I see with this midday nights? Let me hear by Guru Maharaj. So Prabhupada straight back. And Bhaktivinoda Sarjapur Thakur noted and said, he likes, at the time of initiation, said, I know Abhay, he likes to hear. He likes to hear. Okay, any question online? Yes. Why we have enjoying mentality, even is hard source of misery. Yeah, first we have to control our senses and have faith in this knowledge. Unless we control our senses, enjoying mentality will not go. So that's when NOI talks about Vacho Manso Krodha Vegam, Jiva Udarpata Vegam, Etan Vegan Vishnahita Dera, Tatrinsa Shishya Piyat. We have to control our senses. Then Vrindavan Dham will distance for us. Right. Okay. So we end here. Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. So we'll have one or two classes more, we'll let know. Hare Krishna.